Hello, my name is Rogelio Garinga Jr. I am excited to be here today as an applicant for English teacher position. I hold a bachelor degree in education, major in English, and I have a deep passion for language, learning, and cultural exchange. I have more than 9 years of teaching experience. I am currently a classroom teacher in one of the public high schools here in the Philippines, where I led various projects to enhance students' engagement. I also served as a teacher leader in the said school. I have a passion for fostering love for learning, promoting inclusivity, and I believe that every student has the potential to succeed. In my previous experiences, I have worked with students of various ages, helping them improve their English skills through engaging and interactive lessons. I believe that creating a supportive, fun environment is key to language acquisition. I also had experienced the opportunity to teach Korean and Chinese students online as an ESL teacher, which has enriched my understanding of different cultures and perspectives. This experience has equipped me with skills to help students not only learn English, but also appreciate its cultural context. I decided to pursue a career in teaching since I believe that educators have a significant influence in students' lives. I too witnessed that educators possess a strong enthusiasm for teaching. Teachers take pleasure in imparting knowledge and encouraging students' passion about learning while assisting them in developing their critical and problem-solving abilities. I observed that educators foster connections and a sense of community by enabling people to form meaningful relationships both within and outside of the classroom. And why English? I have grown the love for literature and language. My interest in literature began when I realized the power of storytelling. Books can take you anywhere. Books have always been a source of inspiration for me, and I love to share that passion with my students. I feel that language is a tremendous instrument for expression and communication, and I am thrilled to assist students in discovering and appreciating its richness. I am motivated by the opportunity to help students develop their critical thinking and analytical skills through reading and writing. I want to empower my students to articulate their thoughts and feelings effectively, fostering their confidence in both academic and personal settings. I have participated in theater productions as a director and acting coach, working with students to bring literary works to life on stage, encouraging working with them overcoming stage fright. This involvement has allowed me to foster teamwork, creativity, and self-expression in students. I have been also involved in coordinating community services that encourage students to engage with local organizations. I talk to students to identify causes they are passionate about and work collaboratively to make a positive impact in the community. This experience has taught me the importance of giving back and developing a sense of social responsibility. I too have previously served as an assistant coach for the track and field team, where I work closely with athletes to develop their skills in various events, including sprints, relays, and long-distance running. I have taught English language arts to middle school students, grades 7 and 8. In this role, I focus on developing students' reading comprehension, writing skills, and critical thinking through literature analysis and creative writing exercises. I have also taught high school literature subjects, grades 7 to 10, where I introduce students to various literary genres, authors, and historical contexts. My goal was to enhance their analytical skills and foster deeper appreciation for literature. I have worked with ESL students of various age groups online too, from elementary to adult learners. In this role, I focused on improving their language proficiency through interactive lessons that emphasized reading, speaking, and listening skills. In preparing my lesson, I begin clearly defining the learning objectives. ensuring they align with the curriculum standards and the needs of my students. This helps guide the focus of my instruction and assessment. I too conduct thorough research on the topics I plan and need to teach, gathering sources such as articles, videos, and texts that provide different perspectives. Afterwards, I design activities that promote active learning, collaboration, and critical thinking. Also, I consider the diverse needs of my students when planning lessons. I include differentiated instruction strategies to accommodate varying skill levels, learning styles, and interests, ensuring all students can participate and succeed. After each lesson, I reflect on what went well and what could be improved. This reflection helps me adjust my future lesson plans to better meet the needs of my students. I implement collaborative learning to encourage students to work together. This strategy promotes teamwork, communication, and critical thinking skills. In my classroom, I often use group activities such as peer reviews or problem-solving tasks. For example, during a literature unit, students might work in groups to analyze different characters or themes in the story, then present their findings to the class. This approach not only enhances understanding of the material, but also fosters a sense of community and support among students. I too incorporate the Socratic method to promote critical thinking and dialogue in my classroom. This technique involves asking open-ended questions that encourage students to think deeply and express their thoughts, fostering a collaborative learning environment. This approach encourages active engagement, enhances analytical skills, and allows students to learn from one another. Upon entering in my classroom, visitors would notice students actively engaged in collaborative group work. Students are huddled together, discussing their ideas and sharing responsibilities as they work on projects or solve problems related to the lesson topic. For example, during a literature unit, groups might be analyzing different themes in a story and preparing presentations to share with the class. Visitors would also observe a vibrant atmosphere of interactive discussions taking place. I facilitate whole class discussions where students are encouraged to express their opinions and ask questions. For instance, students might be participating in Socratic session, exploring complex themes in the text, and debating different interpretations while supporting their arguments with evidence from the material. Students might also be engaged in hands-on activities that promote experiential learning. I regularly use formative assessments to gauge students' understanding throughout the learning process. These assessments include quizzes, exit tickets, and informal observations during class discussions. For instance, I might use quick quizzes at the end of the lesson to identify areas where students may need additional support or clarification. At the end of the units or topics, I implement summative assessments, such as tests or projects, to evaluate students' overall understanding and mastery of the material. These assessments allow me to measure their learning outcomes against the established objectives and standards. I encourage students to engage in peer and self-assessment as part of their learning process as well. I incorporate technology into my teaching by using interactive tools and platforms that enhance students' engagement and participation. For instance, I often use online quizzes and polling platforms like Google Forms and Quizzes to review material and assess students' understanding in real time. This allows students to participate actively and receive immediate feedback. I too utilize a variety of digital resources, such as educational websites, videos, and ebooks to supplement my lessons. For example, when teaching a literature unit, I might use online literary analysis tools or video summaries to provide different perspectives on the text, catering the diverse learning styles. When it comes to using Smartboard, honestly, I don't have any experience using it and having it in my class, but I am excited about it. Managing a disruptive student effectively is crucial for maintaining a positive learning environment. One is the use of nonverbal signal, such as eye contact or a hand gesture, to redirect the disruptive student. This approach can help address the behavior without interrupting the flow of the lesson or drawing additional attention to the student. I established specific classroom signals, such as call and response phrase, to quickly regain attention. For instance, I might say, eyes on me, and the students will respond, eyes on you. This interactive approach not only recaptures their focus, but also engages them in the process. Next is the positive reinforcement, encouraging positive behavior in students by praising and rewarding their proper behavior. I think that by emphasizing positive reinforcement instead of merely disciplining disruptive behavior, I can encourage the student to behave better. One of the most difficult problems I encountered as a teacher was addressing the diverse learning needs of my students in a mixed ability classroom. I had students with varying levels of understanding, including some who struggled with the material, while others were ready for more challenging content. This disparity created challenges in keeping all students engaged and ensuring that everyone was making progress. To resolve this issue, I implemented a differentiated instruction approach. I began by conducting informal assessments to gauge each student's understanding of the material. This helped me identify specific strengths and weaknesses, allowing me to tailor my instruction accordingly. I too organized students into flexible groups based on their skills and learning styles. This allowed me to provide targeted support for those who needed extra help, while also challenging advanced learners with more complex tasks. This experience taught me the importance of flexibility, creativity, and responsiveness in teaching, as well as the value of fostering growth mindset among my students. During a unit on American literature, I had planned a series of lectures and reading assignments focused on classical texts. However, after a few days, I noticed that students' engagement was waning, and some students expressed that they found the material too challenging and not relatable to their experiences. What I did was, I introduced a choice reading component to the unit, allowing students to select from a variety of contemporary novels and short stories that addressed similar themes found in the classic text. This gave students ownership over their learning and made the material more relatable. I also shifted from traditional lectures to more interactive discussions and activities. I implemented literature circles where students could discuss their chosen texts in small groups, fostering collaboration and allowing them to share their insights and interpretations. To supplement the readings, I integrated diverse media such as film adaptations, podcasts, and graphic novels that connected to the themes we were exploring. This experience reinforced my commitment to flexibility in teaching and the importance of responding to students' needs to create a positive learning environment.